World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Good day. This is World News in 5 here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. The White House announced on Wednesday that Mark Sweden, Kylie, and John Leung, 3 Americans detained in China for years, have been released and will be returning to the United States. It is a diplomatic win for U.S. President Joe Biden, who will be leaving office in January. With the release, it was said that all of the wrongfully detained Americans in China have been returned. The 3 had been designated by the U.S. government as wrongfully detained. Sweden had been facing a death sentence on drug charges, while Lee and Leung were imprisoned on espionage charges. Biden and his aides have raised the issue of the 3 Americans with Beijing repeatedly, according to U.S. officials. In his last in-person meeting on the sidelines of the annual Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit in Peru earlier this month, Biden also spoke to Chinese President Xi Jinping to press for their return. During his term, Biden has brought home over 70 Americans unjustly detained around the world. Rights groups say more than 40 others are still being held hostage or wrongfully detained in over a dozen countries. Still, in the United States, U.S. President-elect Donald Trump announced a set of economic advisors he wants to appoint for his administration, including international trade attorney Jameson Greer as his pick to be the U.S. Trade Representative. Greer served in Trump's first administration as the chief of staff to the trade representative, and Trump said that Greer played a key role in both imposing tariffs on China and in the creation of a new trade deal with Canada and Mexico. Meanwhile, Trump said Kevin Hassett is his choice to lead the White House National Economic Council. It is noted that Hassett led the Council of Economic Advisors during Trump's previous term. Trump said in the new role, Hassett would work to renew and improve a set of tax cuts implemented in 2017. Trump also announced several health-related nominees, including his choice of health economist Dr. Jay Bhattacharya to lead the National Institutes of Health. Bhattacharya was a sharp critic of lockdowns and vaccine mandates during the COVID-19 pandemic. And news from the Philippine Foreign Service Post, the Philippine Embassy in Beirut successfully facilitated the repatriation of 10 overseas Filipinos or OFs from Lebanon on the 26th of November. This initiative is part of the embassy's continuing efforts to assist Filipinos in Lebanon who wish to return to the Philippines due to the ongoing security situation in the region. Simultaneously, the Migrant Workers Office or MWO continues to repatriate overseas Filipino workers or OFWs affected by the current crisis. The deteriorating security conditions have significantly impacted the safety and well-being of many OFWs, prompting the MWO to expedite efforts to ensure their safe return to the Philippines. The Philippine Embassy remains committed to safeguarding the interests of the Filipinos abroad, particularly during times of conflict and crisis. It continues to monitor the situation in Lebanon closely and stands ready to assist any Filipino nationals who may need support or wish to return to the Philippines due to the current security challenges. Filipinos in Lebanon are encouraged to remain vigilant, follow safety protocols, and reach out to the embassy for any assistance that they may require. The embassy assures the Filipino community that it will continue to provide timely and essential services to those in need. And that concludes today's edition of World News in 5 for Radyo Pilipinas World Service. This has been Steph Vicente. Good day and stay safe, everyone.
World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.